hang on. You can't celebrate without a cold beverage. Cheers! So, alright, I left it up to you guys. I was like, you know what? What do I do for my YouTube 2-year anniversary? Cue music. Yeah, I probably won't. It'll just be awkward. But, however, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys and just ask me questions. Ask me whatever you want, because if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. So, without further ado, let's dive into our Q&A. Alright, so the first question is from Jack. Jack asks if my dad, Mike, or my brother actually have an extra stream of income besides racing. And yes, actually all of them do. My brother has a full-time job. He works at MetLife. I would give you his title, but it's really fancy. He's like a financial analyst. He's just really good at numbers. That's what he does full-time. And my dad, he's always had all kinds of side jobs going. And that's basically what Mike does too. You know, they put racing full-time for them. Whereas my brother, I don't know how he races as much as he does while working a business full-time. But both Mike and my dad, you know, find things to do in the wintertime. For instance, shock business or selling parts, building bodies, and all that sorts. So Michael asks what my favorite track is. I've always said Williams Grove, because that was the most badass track growing up, especially on Friday nights. But outside, I would definitely go with Bloomington, because that track was incredible. I went there with my brother for Indiana Midget Week. Like in 2011, so it's been a while. Definitely hope to get back there. Kevin asked, does your family boycott all the businesses on Route 31 where Flemington Speedway used to be? I wish I could say yes. We did for a while. It is extremely depressing when you go into Walmart and Lowe's and you're like pushing your little cart around. All right, here's turn 3. And you know, here's where the bathrooms used to be. So Mark asks, how much does your dad miss you now that you're not with him all the time? That's a good question for my dad. But I will say that as any child, when you move out of your house, I feel that my bond with my family, not just my dad, but my entire family, grew a lot tighter since I moved out. We probably talk every day, if not twice a day. Mark's next question is, do you really like living upstate New York, being a Jersey girl? It's hard. It is very, very hard. I won't lie to that. I'm a very family-oriented person, but I am 100% supportive of what Mike chooses to do. And, you know, with his new ride up here, we are 5 hours now from New Jersey. So I'm looking at snow right now. It's probably 40 degrees at home, and it probably hasn't even hit 10 degrees here. So it's a transition, you know, but you gotta make the best of it and just go back and forth whenever time allows me to. So Jed asks, do you and Mike watch sports? And if so, what do we watch? I don't watch any sports. None whatsoever. Mike, however, he'll watch football. He's very, very big into basketball, and he watches Syracuse. So he definitely loves his college basketball. Jameson asks, I love it, if you could only eat one ice cream flavor for the rest of your life, what flavor would it be? Oh my god. Anything with coconut in it, honestly. I think it's coconut bliss. Yes, coconut bliss. Anything with coconut, that's my go-to. My second favorite is mint, or as I used to call it, chocolate chip mint. And I really don't understand what the difference is. Does it matter? Chocolate chip mint. Mint chocolate chip. Oh my god! I just read the bottom of Jameson's question, and he says his guess would be mint chocolate chip. So you were close. So Jeremy asks, what is your favorite car your dad drove? I have two. One, I want to say it was 2005 when Dad jumped into Al Hamilton's car at Grandview Speedway and won it. Best memory ever. So that was like all-time favorite race. We'll always remember that. And of course, I will go with my all-time favorite race car was the Zemco 1 sprint car. Hands down. So Ray asks, do you have new shirts for this year? Me personally, not yet, but I am currently in the process, and process by meaning it's up here. I haven't really emailed the t-shirt company yet and been like, hey, this is what I want. So if you have any suggestions, please comment and let me know, because I want it to be nice, like a shirt that you can wear not only at the races, but out to dinner. So let me know what you're thinking. And his next question is, are you guys superstitious before or during the races? Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, Mike's not the most superstitious kind of person, but when it comes to my family, yeah. So as far as superstitions goes, I would definitely 100% say my dad, my brother, and I definitely have superstitions, especially on race day. Mike, he's a routine kind of person, but he's so off the wall sometimes, he just goes with the flow. You know, I'm supposed to be celebrating here, so give me a second. Alright, so Killer Mile Motorsports says, what is your favorite part of YouTube, and was it hard to start? Did you hold off or start right away, and why? So I absolutely hesitated for a very long time. I wish I started this earlier, just like anything else that you want to do, and you just hold off. I should have started this a long time ago, because I absolutely love it, but I was hesitant. You know, I started writing blogs online and just telling people like what I do and what we do during the day and then what goes on at the racetrack, and people just ate it up. They absolutely loved it. And then I thought about doing video, and I was like, nah, no one wants to know what I do. No one cares. But here we are. So definitely, if you're hesitant or you're even thinking about it, do it. Just do it. You know, the biggest regret you'll have is not trying. And to back up on that, what is my favorite part about doing YouTube? We'll pin it down to two things. One, I love that these videos help inspire people. You know, they help inspire race teams and drivers and businesses to do stuff like this and help promote them and just, you know, be real and honest and give a good positive vibe. And then number two, did anyone see that? Cut. And number two is that I love that I'm giving everyone a behind the scenes look into racing. You know, we were just in Florida for the Dirt Car Nationals, and you know how long my dad's been racing? For over 40 years. And people were like, oh my God, I've never seen this side of your father before. He's so cool. And I told him that. I'm like, Dad, these people think you're cool. Like, it's helping give fans and new fans a better appreciation for our sport. We're not just, you know, crews or drivers with the helmets on. You know, we are regular, normal, to an extent, human beings. I love that I get to just open this whole new world to all of these race fans. Was it hard to start? Yes. It's very hard to try and figure out, you know, what people want. These Tech Tuesday videos I do, I know like this many people actually really enjoy them, and this many people are like, I can wait until she shows me what she does in her daytime, which is so crazy to me. It was hard to try and, you know, get through the mix and figure out what people want per se for the most part and what they don't want. So Steve asks, how do we promote the sport to keep the younger generations coming to the track? That's basically 100% what all tracks need to be doing, is focusing everything on the kids. Everything. Because when those kids are excited, they had a great time, they're going to want to come back next week. It's hard. It's a good mix of things. You got to have good racing. You got to have good prices, good food. Definitely, you know, you don't want to hold families there hostage for like 8 hours a night and get out late. You want to have activities for the kids. You want to involve the kids. You want them to connect with the drivers and just have a good time. Do prizes, do games, have a kids club. Anything of that sort, as long as you're involving the kids and they're happy, they're going to come back. And they might even bring some friends. So Marty asks, this is a good one, when you were growing up, did you like any other driver besides your father? No, not one bit. The only thing that comes to my mind as an example to explain is that when my dad raced sprint cars, Freddie Raymer Sr., he was like the man to beat. So him and my dad were very competitive, and when they were racing, I don't know if I'd say they were friends or not, but hated Freddie. And then my dad retired. You know who my favorite sprint car driver became? Freddie. Shish asks, does your family talk racing at non-racing functions? Like all the time. All the time. What is your take on speedways that refuse to listen to its racers and fans? I mean, like, this is a huge question I can totally do a completely different video on. From both perspectives, it is very hard because you can get drivers that only wants what's best for them, or you can get drivers that are actually looking out for the track and the sport. So you have those two drivers going to this one promoter or track owner, like, they've got to be going crazy. You know, who do you listen to? Do you even listen to them? If you do listen to them, like, there's all kinds of ifs, ands, or buts to it, but I absolutely think that tracks should 100% listen to the racers and fans. Joanne asks, what is it really like being the daughter and sister of two awesome and popular drivers? Just pump up their ego, Joanne. It's crazy, insane, awesome. I love it and I hate it all at the same time. There's a lot of pressure growing up, especially. Everyone knew who I was, and you couldn't just go out and have fun and get in trouble because, God forbid, you know, that's Billy Pouch's daughter and she did that. Oh, I'm not going to help him. I'm not going to sponsor him. Like, that's the stuff. And there's a lot to it, but it is pretty incredible, and I am extremely thankful. Jesse asks, besides your family, who is the best dirt modified driver out there right now? And I will straight up go with Stuart Friesen. Hands down, 100% Stewie. No explanations needed. Kevin asks, what is your funniest recollection of an exchange in the rig going to the races? There's so many things. Like, I don't know if I would say it's the funniest, but it's kind of the most recent within the past couple years that something was wrong on Dad's race car and we were scrambling for time, we were running late. So one of the crew guys actually goes back in the trailer, rides an hour and a half to the track, fixing the problem on the race car in the trailer. And like sometimes the guy would like need to run out and check on something or talk to Dad. You'd see the side door of the trailer open up and wave arm out, and we'd have to slow down, pull over. Yeah, you guys you pull out the craziest stuff sometimes. Jennifer asks, did you always love racing? Yeah, I think so. Suzanne asks, how do you think you have matured? The biggest thing that I've always said is that growing up in racing, I was always raised around like 95% of the time they're all men, but they're all older than me. So the crowd I always hung out with were like at least 5 years to 6 years older than me. So my maturity level was 5 years ahead. And growing up, that was always hard for me, you know, to be able to relate to kids my age. Ever since I started actually fully traveling and working with teams I've, you know, just learned to respect them more and respect all the work and the time that goes into not just racing, but everything in general. And just to be a better person, and you never know what kind of battle that person is facing right now. So just to always be on your best behavior and smile. And I think I've matured quite nicely. Lenny asks, would you consider driving a race car again? Well, Lenny, I quite thoroughly enjoy doing these videos. Well, guys, those were some really good questions. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of stumped on some. I really appreciate it, and I don't want to go too far into it because I know this has been a long video as is. We're over 7,000 subscribers, which may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, that's 7,000 people. Like, how many people does a racetrack hold to be able to have 7,000 subscribers? Yes, that's how I look at it. Hopefully we'll get some return investment on this, and we'll get some new fans this year. We got all kinds of exciting stuff happening, so we've got a lot of races on schedule. Thank you for doing this. If you have any suggestions, questions, comments, concerns, comment below. Again, I appreciate it. I still can't believe I've been doing this for 2 years. Hasta luego, hasta la vista. I think that's in the right language. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the newsletter, come back next time, and if you see me at the races, say hi, go to the races, support your local racetrack. Have a cold one.